We're gonna go crazy, man. Crazy. We're gonna lay massive peels. Hello, friends of the internet. Welcome to the Driven Dave YouTube channel. Here you can see I am in, this is a Chevy Trailblazer. And we're gonna do just a little quick review of this, kind of drive it around, give you my impressions of what it's like to drive it, what it's like in terms of comfort and features and all of that good stuff. So let's go. All right, so I've already fired it up. I think this is a 2024. The video will have the correct year and all of that stuff. This is not one of the more loaded ones, but it has kind of some basic features. But you can see it's got this nice display, and this display, little tiny volume button that if you're at this vantage point, you can't really see. So that's, just be aware that it's there. And I wish it were a little bigger, and you know, classic kind of GM, they didn't really think that through, which is delightful. But as you can see, this one does have lane centering. It's got a traction control button, and then also the start-stop feature. My wife hates the start-stop thing, so it's nice that you can actually turn that off. She was happy to hear about that, which is great. Also, you've got power windows, and that's going to be express down. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's cool. Not express up, but express down. Express down on the back one too, but not express up. That's all right. On the steering wheel, we've got these, you can adjust the gap for cruise control, which is great. Obviously cruise buttons here, resume, set, and then I guess this is cancel, and then that's on. Yeah, and you can see you can't see, but you can see how that toggles between that and then the set speed. And then down here, if I hit this button, whatever you call the lane centering, and that's indicated by those two little lane markers there. The stereo isn't bad in this car. It's not bad at all. It's not great, but it's not bad, especially for more of a budget-minded crossover SUV, whatever you want to call this. USB-C, USB-A, I haven't tried those, and then a standard 12-volt. And a little tiny glove box. And, you know, one area where this really works out well is you look, there's actually like decent room for the car seats. And in such a small vehicle, I'm very impressed with that. That is nice. Oh, I turned off traction control. Good for me. Turn that back on. Okay, let's let her rip. It's got a, whatchamacallit, electronic parking brake. I know Scotty Kilmer hates all those dang electric things that brake, but, you know, whatever. It's made in Korea, as I understand. One thing I really dislike about this vehicle is like the engine is just kind of like, it's real buzzy and it just sounds like garbage. And so when I first rented this thing, I was like, man, that thing is hideous. I hate it. I hate the way it sounds. Everything's terrible. And then I got in and I was like, I still don't really love it, but I don't hate it either. Driving position is fairly comfortable. The seat is fairly comfortable. It's not great, right? But it's not bad. I don't hate it. Man, that's a nice looking Model 3 there, just saying. It's pretty comfortable. You know, there's plenty of headroom. I'm 6'2", and this seat is actually cranked all the way up because my wife, she was driving it, and she's, you know, about a foot shorter than me, and she wanted to sit up a little bit higher, so I showed her how she could crank the seat up. And that was actually like a pretty good adjustment for her, and surprisingly good for me too. Like I'm sitting kind of with my knees bent more in an upright position, and I rather like it. Again, this engine is very like, I just hate the way it sounds. And it just seems like it wouldn't have any power, yet it's, I don't know if you can hear that exhaust note. It's terrible. But as I was saying, I'll let her rip here. Foot to the floor. Ready? 3, 2, 1. It feels like this one has the CVT. Those feel like simulated shifts, but I don't know. I understand these come with CVTs or the automatic. I just don't even know which model this is. And I was in such a rush to get this video filmed, I didn't even have time to look. So forgive me for my haste. I actually have to return this car in like 20 minutes. So we're down to the wire, folks. I just thought, whatever, I got to film it. We'll talk facts and figures later. You know, at least that was my thinking. Oh, cool. It looks like it has auto headlight button here, which I didn't notice. Let's see what, whoa, yeah, we got a little wheel. Wow, it's actually pretty peppy, man. A decent amount of wheel spin. I wonder what happens if I turn off traction control. We're gonna go crazy, man. Crazy. We're gonna lay massive peels. I had a buddy in high school who used to say that, yeah, he lays massive peels everywhere. He had like I don't know if it was like a Grand Am or something, but you just do burnouts everywhere. Car was slow, but there's that auto stop start. Traction control is off. Let's see what she's got. Come on. Yeah, we got a little chirp. Yeah. Yeah, it's not bad. I wonder if this is one of those turbo motors. I'm thinking it is because it feels like it has no power, and then it gets like a very slight push of like, you know, some power. We've had this car for a couple of days now. Our van is in the shop. It's just taking all my money. But yeah, I mean, we've hardly used any gas. We also haven't driven it very far. So there is that. But it does appear to be quite fuel efficient. Getting back to my earlier thoughts, I was saying that I just hate this car. See, there's no power, then there's power. That's funny. I'm pretty sure this has a turb ski. So I was just saying, like, I hated the idea of this car when I left the rental place with it. I was like, man, it's not really what I wanted. And yeah. And I'm like, man, it doesn't have many features and this and that. And it's a GM product and it's just not well thought out. And all of that's true, okay? It's the entirely plastic steering wheel. It's not soft. It's hard plastic. I just kind of detest how they put this together. But I will say, you know, it's tough. Part of me hates this car, and part of me says, you know, this is a really good, it's just a really good little buzz about town car. It's easy to get in and out of. The controls are simple. It's kind of fun to drive. It, you know, it's light on its feet. Everything is just kind of like, it's not sporty, but you know, it just feels light. And there's something nice about a lightweight car, you know, and something that isn't too complicated, and something that doesn't have too much tech, and something that just, you know, it just does its job and it's fine. Like, my kids like it. It's easy for them to get in and out. My wife likes driving it. It's easy for her to park. And she generally, like, you know, she's kind of resistant to change when it comes to like driving other cars. And she got in and she said, you know, I really like this. It's like kind of fun to drive. And I agree with her. It is fun to drive. In a very just kind of like, it just feels like it's happy to take you where it's going, you know, and it's just easy. Not a lot of drama. So if you're looking for just like a buzz about town car, maybe you got a couple of kids, maybe you have a pet, this isn't bad. It's, you know, especially like for the size of it, it fits a lot of stuff. So I see why people like these. You know, my wife was just saying that, like, it would be nice if you were sitting up a little higher. And it's funny because, like, the vehicle itself is kind of high up, but then the seat has you sitting real low. So you're kind of looking like this instead of like this. So it would be great if the seats kind of afforded that level of vision and stuff. Otherwise, you know, vision is pretty good. Like, I don't really have a big issue with visibility, and it's just easy. I like how easy it is. And so apparently GM has their own plant in Korea where they make this. And so I'd be curious to see like what is shared. Like, I wonder if there's any crossover between like the other automakers in Korea, or if it's, you know, if this really is GM and GM only. But, you know, just a lot of this kind of hollow, cheap. Everything is hard. And you know what? That just because things are hard plastic, it doesn't make it a bad vehicle. But I just want you to know what you're getting. Well, the headliner is softer than I thought. It's just not beautiful. No sunroof. You know, this is a pretty stripped down car. Scotty Kilmer was saying what he liked about it is that the controls are real simple. You know, especially for climate. You know, you want it colder, you just and turn up the fan speed. You know, everything is just kind of, it's all right there. No drama. And he's right about that. And then you also have some steering wheel volume controls, a la Chrysler Stellantis, however you want to think of it. But up and down is back here. That's not very intuitive. So it's up and then down. And then over here, that changes something. I don't know what it does. I think it cycles you between the presets. And that's fine. What else? I mean, you know, friends, there's just not a lot to show you here. And in the days of all the electronic doohickeys, it's kind of surprising that there's not more to show you. So let's try it. We're going to set the cruise. All right, we're set. 30. I'll turn traction control back on just to be a good boy. Oh, I guess cruise control turned it back on. And now we're going to hit resume. But, so let's see. I don't know if this is adaptive cruise. Oh, and it's got those red lights. I don't know if you saw that. I was wondering what that was. And basically that's your alert system. So I don't really understand like what this means, because it didn't slow down. It didn't slow down for that expedition. Is that just telling me it's aware the expedition is here? All right, so the cruise is set. Are we accelerating? No. 27. Okay. 30, 28, 29, 30. 31, 32. But does it stay in the lanes? It doesn't seem to be gap adjust. Oh. I'm just confused by this system. And I'm sorry that I didn't have more time to goof around with this before making the video. I really don't like doing these like my first experience kind of videos. But it's just how it worked out this time. So I apologize. I wanted to really know a little bit more about the system before showing it to you. But that's okay. You know, we're going to learn this stuff together. I did also find that on the touch screen here, there is a Wi-Fi hotspot, so that's cool. Let's race the BMW. Let's go. Come on. M4. Who else thinks the exhaust sounds terrible on those? And then some of them have that like pop, pop, pop tune. I hate those cars. I would love to have an M4, so don't get me wrong. And this kid, you know, he's, whatever. I'm just like, he's wearing his hoodie all, you know, but he's like 16 years old, trying to act all hard. Whatever, dude. Enjoy your daddy's car. I apologize if, you know, you're a subscriber, my friend, but, you know, let's consider our choices. Anyway, but yeah, road manners are very nice. I haven't taken this thing on the freeway yet. I'm not really sure what that experience is like. I will say it's been, you know, close to 15 minutes in the car now. My rear is, I don't want to say sore, but not delighted with this amount of cushion. You know, it feels a little firm for my taste. Not as comfortable as I would prefer, although there may be an adjustment for the seats that would be a little bit better. So maybe. I would rate the comfort at like a 6 out of 10 for the seats. Just like initial impressions. The gas and brake position, pretty good. I would give that a 7 out of 10. Steering wheel, I would give 6 out of 10. I think. I wish it were a little softer and felt more kind of high quality in the hands. It just feels too firm. It would be nice if it had a little bit of give to it. Just overall, this car, I think, has way too much just harshness. It's just, and I know it's a economy vehicle. I think these are $25,000 to $30,000 new. It's not bad. So I'm going to put some gas in this. Now, top tip, hopefully some of you learned something today. But when you're in really any vehicle and you just can't remember where the fuel door is, take a look at the fuel gauge. See right there? There's a little arrow, and that's pointing to what side the fuel door is on. You're welcome. Oops, microphone. I put it on my seatbelt. So I'm going to put some gas in here and then we'll check back in. All right, so major negative right now. You see, it's showing not a full tank. Well, it has a full tank. The pump clicked off. I put in 4 gallons. And I didn't want to put in 4 gallons. Or I didn't want to fill the tank. I just wanted to have as much as when I rented it. And I kept trying to check the gauge, but I guess the gauge is super slow to update because it's not reading correctly. Which, like, I guess if this is your car, it's not a big deal, but as a rental, that's a major bummer. But I guess it beats having to overpay for the gas. They charge like $8 a gallon if you turn it in with not the right amount. So, yeah. Let's see how it handles this bump. Really good, actually. I like the ground clearance. Again, it's just very peppy, light on its feet. It's not bad. I'll probably do just like I'll do a quick like walk around of the car so that you can see kind of what it looks like and the engine and all of that stuff. And then I'll probably end the video. But comment down below, what do you think of this Trailblazer? Yeah, it's easy to drive. I really like that you can kind of hoon it around. It's real easy. But yeah, I'm gonna put the camera down and we'll do a walk around and then we'll end it. That's with the seat all the way back. There's still leg room. Pretty good. These, yeah, little storage pocket. But this tells a lot right here. One stroller, that's all your space. So good luck taking a little trip. But it does, one thing that's nice, it does have an actual spare. We like that. All right, my friends, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this quick little tour of the Chevy Trailblazer. Yep. And like I said, let me know what you think down below. And don't forget to help my channel out and hit that like, share, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Stay driven.